let's go through a series of questions so we kind of have things. Come on over. Chase.
Cash.
Cash. Why do I keep calling him Chase?
It's okay. One time my friend called him Coin, so it's okay.
Coin?
Yeah, Coin.
Cash and Coin?
It was Ella, remember?
Alright, series of questions. I guess, do you guys remember any of them?
Yes.
Yeah, what's the question?
What color,
No, it's a different one.
No, different location.
What,
When was your mansion?
Right.
when was the
Destroyed.
mansion made?
Alright.
Destroyed.
What,
So we have a little bit of them.
what,
When did she die?
when did she die? What did,
Elsa.
your father send from, I got lonely.
So, here's the questions. Let's kind of go through them so kind of get them fresh in your brain. Because every location has obviously different sets of questions. They're obviously a little intermingled from last night, which is perfectly fine. Kind of expected that, honestly. So, mansion not here. What happened to it? When did that happen?
Okay.
Okay, so,
Eliza.
yes, Eliza. Eliza's death, her age, what did she die from, where she's buried, what president was a pallbearer? No, it wasn't Jackson. You should remember it was George Washington. Let's see. The children, we didn't talk about them last night, but we may bring them up tonight just because it's something new, so that way you guys aren't subliminally challenged with certain things. How many children, what their names were. Okay, so those ones are, don't poke the bear on that one. Just don't. Again, all activity will stop. Let's see, what else? Eliza's maiden name starts with the letter L.
Turn yours on.
I'm going to show him how to use it. And then the first wife, Eliza, also had a maiden name that started with the letter L. So again, which Eliza are we dealing with?
Which Eliza, that's right, okay.
And then the ages at marriage is usually a big one. We usually get both of those numbers here. So that
Yeah.
How old Eliza was when she married Charles, and Charles was over double her age. Sometimes you get either age or the length of time that they were married. So that's kind of the ongoing set that I normally use. So I'm going to keep Tyler behind so I can show him how to use that.
Okay.
So again, if
Hey,
I screw up somebody's name,
we were wondering in the car on the way here, have you ever gone into a cemetery with this stuff? What do you get?
Not much.
A bunch of, not much. No.
Again, nobody hangs out where they're buried.
Right, that's right.
So I will tell you, Magnolia Cemetery, which is right up the road, like it's kind of like right there on the water. It's the biggest cemetery in South Carolina, and it's absolutely stunningly gorgeous. And you can drive through it for hours and not see everything. I have gotten some activity in there, but again, there's so many graves in there, it'd be really hard to really like narrow it down. Like, who does it belong to? Who does that belong to?
I got my
There's kind of a veteran graveyard there. Those that were on the Hunley, the submarine, their memorial is in there. So I was hoping to really
hold it real
capture
quick?
something with them,
But not much.
no, not all. All
Hi,
right, let's talk about
guys.
your device. Have you seen any numbers yet? 0.4. Again, what number are you looking for? Do you remember? 2.5. There's a point in between 0 and 3. See the point? Alright, so turn on or put the antenna up first.
You recording?
Yeah.
So start recording this.
No, I said I am. I am recording.
Here's how this guy works.
Which Eliza is
A lot of words, but I can't.
Well, it records yours.
Eliza, what did your father give you as a gift from England? Can you tell me that?
Eliza, how long is she married? Working together. Okay, so two different things. Another thing, how much you can do, actually.
How long were you married, Eliza?
Eliza, make the box.
I'm hot.
Stones?
It's very sensitive.
Stoned?
Eliza, make the box go to blue.
I'm hot. It's hot outside. Did she die from stoning?
Okay, Eliza, thanks.
That was a thing.
When you make it go purple, you get purple.
I'm hot.
Confirmation.
Mom.
Wrap it around your waist.
That makes sense now. So, when it gets to powder bag,
It's hot out here. No,
I'm getting so many words, but I can't.
so you remember in the elevator red, touch her to touch the antenna to get
You're too close to us. words. Eliza, when was your mansion destroyed? Can you tell me the year? Monday?
I got rewind.
Was your mansion destroyed on Monday? They didn't tell you? No one told you? Why didn't they tell you?
Communicated.
Did they destroy it without telling you? Do you know what year it was destroyed?
More.
Alright. You remember how to use that thing, right? Perfect. She's recording.
I got rewind.
Rewind.
Remember how to look at the words?
Lonely.
Jackson is spelled incorrectly. Like that's more
Japanese.
That's names? You got something?
Yes,
Talk to it.
I just did.
Tell it to my dog.
Wait, reset it?
Tell it, hey Eliza, if you are here, can you stop touching me? Oh my god, that's creepy.
Look, Eliza, if you're here, make it go to blue. Cash, don't move.
Oh my god, come here! Mom,
We already know.
we just asked Eliza if you are here, go to blue, and it keeps on going to blue.
Maybe reset
It
it.
was already going to blue, so we want to try a different color.
Right.
Eliza, let's make it go to purple. You're getting a lot of blue. Any other numbers showing up?
There's
Eliza, make it go to purple. I'm sorry, you were saying about you're getting more words coming
I'm getting
through?
a lot of words coming through. It's just I'm having a hard time making them out tonight.
Is it normal to not get any letters?
Crank up the sensitivity. See the red dot at the bottom?
Uh-huh.
There's a dial right underneath it. Turn it clockwise.
Eliza,
Or, I'm sorry, counterclockwise.
can you make that
Different
No,
go
that was wrong.
to
Turn it
purple?
clockwise. Sorry, I just not thinking.
Okay, there we go.
Nope, that one is a...
Reset.
that one down, and that one up.
Money code required.
Can you reset it?
Eliza, we'd like to see the color purple.
We
You
always
know how
do.
these boxes work.
Fear. Leave? I think I might have caught leave.
You gotta leave. That's not a good sign.
Maybe, I can't.
Eliza, if you want us to leave, go to purple.
Were you able to watch any of your video from last night?
no, I don't.
Eliza,
I didn't have a chance.
I think a lot of blue. Eliza, make it go to purple. Sebastian.
That's,
Alright, you might want to move around a bit, Tyler. See if we can find a better hotspot. Remember not to jerk it around a lot. We'll make it go on.
Yeah.
Eliza, if you want us to leave, can you go to purple for us?
Ask her to different
Liza, if
question.
you're with us, can you tell us your maiden name?
Eliza, if you are with us, can you
You said we're staying
can
through
you
the kids.
touch that?
Or is that one that kind of sets it off?
It can set it off if we poke it. You could ask her how many she had and what the dates were, but that's
Eliza, if you are with us, make
something for the comment.
this machine right here.
Eliza, how many children did you have?
Like that. Whole entire.
Numbers and colors showing up.
Eliza,
Every
can you
time
tell
it
me how
goes
many
off.
children you have?
What'd you get? Heart. Colors get very barn.
Hey, Eliza,
Remember, it was the worst.
That's right.
5,
We're gonna.
3, and 3.
you place your head?
I got a 3 and 3.
I'm writing it down.
Did she have 3 kids?
No, but if we start poking the bear, she will tell us it's 3. There was 4.
How many kids do you have?
So sometimes it's an omen like.
I didn't want to say anything because I thought maybe it was just in my head. But when you said leave, I just told Michaela to shut the camera off. I wanted to tell her. I felt weird and my heart started beating really, really fast. And I didn't want to say anything because I'm like, oh, it's in your head.
I got practice. I got practice.
Well, we need her to push Michaela so she believes.
Well, maybe pass out and then I'll believe.
What do you want?
I don't want to call the paramedics because they're not going to call it supernatural happening.
Can you tell me how much?
Yeah, those bottom knobs, you only want to use the left one.
Left one.
Left one on, turn the other one off. There you go. Again, it's trying to teach the ghost how to use it.
So
Wear
it's
what?
like
What do you
that,
want
or-
me to wear? Eliza, what do you want me to
So
wear?
you know, the middle one will go based on the temperature. So if there's any kind of temperature difference, it'll make the cursor go on.
Okay.
This last one is
Can you
on
be more
tap.
like-
So basically, they want you to try to teach the ghost how to tap the device, and it'll make it go on. So, for example.
Spell it out.
The way they set this guy up, you turn it upside down so you can see the bottom of it.
I swear to God, if it says leave, I'm running out there.
Set it on a stable or whatever and see if something's going to come by and tap it. That would be the only time I would ever use this.
Gotcha. Bad boys. I got bad boys. She's talking about them.
Okay. Thank you.
Eliza, did you have 2 boys? Eliza, how many boys did you have?
Boy.
Can you tell me how many boys you had, Eliza?
I got porch.
I got a 43.
I got Porsche. Actually, it's not Porsche. It doesn't say Porsche.
Porch.
Eliza, can you tell me what your dad sent you from England? What presents did he send you?
Did your dad send me something? Eliza, can you tell me?
It was actually heard on a spirit box. I had it written down that way. I'm like, I can't make any heads or tails of this, so I'm not going to include it in the didn't make any sense to me at all.
Eliza,
What's the matter?
What did you sell over here?
Why aren't you participating? You just don't want to?
Oh.
Are you still feeling bad? What's the matter?
Nothing.
Huh?
Nothing.
Why are you acting like that? What's wrong?
Nothing. Eliza, do you want us to leave?
Eliza, what did you sell over here for your business? Can you tell me what you sold?
Set. You disrupted it.
How many children did you have, Eliza?
Is that just you?
Not me.
Uh-oh. Alright.
Eliza, how many children did you have?
You want to move it back way? Okay. Hey, Eliza. Can you make that go to blue if you are here?
You want to play with the thermal imaging camera?
Do you want to
I got that
go
with me
to
too.
purple if you want us to leave?
Yeah, come on over here.
Uh-oh.
What was the letters
Eliza,
that he said he got
Do you
last
want
night?
us to
No?
leave?
W-O. I don't know.
Or do you want us to say?
Eliza, if you want us to leave, go to yellow.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That was as clear as day.
Oh, no.
It is one again. No. Come here.
Eliza, confirm. If you want us to leave, go to yellow.
She did it before you
No, wait,
did
stop
it.
moving. Stop moving. Do it again. Ask
One
it
more
again.
time for us.
Eliza, if you want us to leave, go to yellow.
Uh-oh.
right.
Yep, I'm out.
Okay, we're going.
Deal. Bye.
Well, this thing once is
That was 3 times clear as day.
Little blue
Julie,
dot
try again,
bouncing
try
around.
again.
That's showing you where the closest
Well, we wanna be
spot is
respectful.
in the frame. So there's a center crosshairs right here. So that way you
Oh.
can measure.
She's still making it go to yellow.
So that
No,
way
I think that was-
compare it to whatever cold spot's there.
Eliza, if we're disturbing you, go to blue.
Or anything below like 15 degrees of the ambient temperature. So ambient right now is
Eliza,
about
if we're disturbing you, show us blue.
60, so it would be anything below 45 degrees. So if
That was
you see
blue.
anything below
Was
45,
it?
Yeah.
under that blue dot,
Oh.
That's really what we're looking for.
You know what happened?
So we asked, do you want us to leave, show us yellow, and she did it 3 times in a row.
3 in a row.
And then I said, if we're disturbing you, go to blue, and it went straight to blue.
Again.
Okay, so that's usually our cue.
Bye.
Names.
Record. I got near you.
You want to try to see cold spots. Those are good signs.
Cold spots.
I'm getting nothing here.
Alright, I see wordless man names on there. Other than near you. Alright, Callie, you got yours recording, right?
Gin.
Do I turn on mine?
Gin.
Like to drink?
Do I turn on mine?
Gin B.
Interesting.
Wait.
Any names come out of
Jack,
it besides
Jack,
Travis
Jack.
Barker?
No, I haven't heard any names yet, other than the Travis Barker.
Wait, you had something before. What was that?
What's weird is I know there's no Travis on that name list that I'm going to tell you about, but there might actually be a Barker. Like, that's the weird part. Like, you were joking. I don't know who Travis Barker is, if that's a sports person or whoever it is.
Oh no, he's singer.
Oh, is he a country singer?
No, he was like Blink 182, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
think.
Oh,
I don't know.
probably because I hate that band.
Sure, why not?
Probably. We're not going to be worried about the motion sensor here. We're worried about your numbers here. So here's what I've noticed since the last time I brought you guys down here. If you remember, like, I have the full list of names of everybody that's ever lived down here. The common names are Benjamin and John. So obviously we can get Benjamin and John in real time. Doesn't mean it's not there. We said he had the name Jack on his word list already, which doesn't surprise me because we're 1 block away from the Powder magazine. So that's actually a good sign. Oh, that's obviously relevant too. So congressional. That's, again, predicting where we're going. It's very interesting. It did the exact same thing last night, if you recall. So I don't know if you guys read the links about Charles Pinckney that I sent you this morning, but there was a link in there. Something he was an ambassador, but he was also on the U.S. Congressional Congress. So again, the word congressional popping up, and he's very 1 block away from us. So I'm kind of excited about that. But we were finding is that we were only getting those names every 6 to 7 weeks when we were down here. So I actually lost track of the loop because I haven't been coming down here for the past 4 weeks. If I'm guessing, we're probably on week 2 or 3. So I really didn't know what to expect out of here. But here's the interesting thing that we've also found out about this location, because I did a whole new study on this whole space, new podcast episode. Where we're standing is based off of the bricks that we're standing on. These are Belgian blocks. They're made out of granite. Granite is not supposed to have an electrical charge.
We got granite last night, didn't we? I thought we did.
Yep.
I think we were over there.
Were we over
Yeah.
there? I'll have to look at it again. If we did, I'll definitely make note of it.
Yeah, I thought we
Because
did.
again, this location
I could just be.
kind of out of my headspace. But granite is not supposed to have any electrical charge at all. So Tyler, put your device on the ground and pick any brick. I would expect up to a 1.1, which is natural from the earth.
7 point. Oh wait.
It's a 1.
I got caught. I got top. Hello.
So again, up to 1.1 is expected. We've seen that device go all the way up to 15, 16 milligauss during that 6 to 7 week loop period. And again, these bricks have been here since 1739. So,
Barbershop, anything? No.
no. not to my knowledge, not nearby. The other piece here is that this is called Lodge Alley because of the Freemasons. You get the word seal that showed up last night, which is what triggered that for me. Was like we get about things about the Freemasons would be Freemason, Mason, brick, those kind of things. But the other weird thing is that the word Illuminati will show up on your guys' spirit boxes as we're entering the alley. So 6 times last year that occurred, and 4 times this year. So again, when it seemed like it was slowing down, when I seen the 4 versus the 6, I was like, again, maybe time to retire this space because it's not always super active.
Wants us to
Again,
talk.
go ahead and pick another brick, Tyler. Just put it anywhere else you like. Just want to kind of see if I can get anything else out of it, since we're not getting anything at all. But again, this space is very interesting.
I'm having trouble making my words out tonight.
Just right now.
No, even back there. Like, I hear the word, but I'm just...
Which is a good thing why you have the recording.
We will talk.
Yeah.
In a
So,
bit.
again, because he did so well with it last night, I didn't know how you were going to do.
Yeah.
So I gave you the recordable one because he'll give me more in real time that I don't have to verify. I'll have to verify yours. So, again, this is a weird space. I wasn't spending a lot of time in this location, even if it was like, hey, let's do the full gambit on this. It just kind of gives people the layout of the land.
Pregnant.
Basketball.
That was clear as day, but...
I'm going to write it down just because it is somewhat relevant. I would need a second
Talking.
clue for that.
Yeah, I got
They
talk
said
too.
you're talking.
Look, I got talk.
He just got talking. I got talking. So we're talking about you, Nick.
I got basketball.
Celebrating. Celebrating. Knees back.
Alright, use that.
What was that?
100 and
What was that beforehand?
knees and back. And then 100 in, and then...
Think about it. Freemasons would be hurting their knees and back.
Oh, that's true.
No,
And
knees
that
is actually
below.
relevant to where we're going. Like, that's why I was like, wait a minute, what did you just say? So, and we didn't even go to Philadelphia Alley last night, so we're definitely in them. I'm kind of excited about that. There's really not much else going on at this location. Again, this is just one of those weird spaces. I used to tell people, like, this is where houses used to be. Again, people lived here. So we're inside the original Charlestown walls. So one of the first streets we ever had. You know, is what you're standing on. And it's just weird that we keep getting weird things that occur down here.
What's your
Sometimes
name?
it's a transitional piece.
21. No contact.
I asked what his name was and he said dirt.
Celebrate again.
Let's celebrate again.
What do you want us to know about the dirt?
We're celebrating the trial.
Are you buried in the dirt?
Any numbers at all coming out of your town?
No, my
Are
highest
you
was
buried in the
1.2.
dirt?
1821. I don't know what that is. I'm excited about knees. I'll be honest with you. That's probably
Knees and back.
Hey,
knees and back.
I almost have Orlando.
Weird.
Is it though? Who'd
We're
you
from
bring with
Orlando.
you? I know. Who'd you bring with you?
Almost.
Most.
Englander.
Medical.
Englander 3.8. 6.1.
Medicals relative to the knees.
You got a 6.2.
Back.
What is this? 6.1?
6.1. I got
Engineering.
engineer. Was there any engineers here?
No.
How come different bricks give you like different numbers though?
Because each one of these, that's the funny thing, is with these bricks, they're not supposed to do anything. So the fact that you're getting any numbers out of them basically tells me that the brick
Just glad
that
I've
you have
been
on
able to
right
make a
now
couple
is
words out
actually
now.
holding a charge out of it, which means there could be
You gotta
some
really
other things
focus.
actually going on.
You have it all the way up?
She's
Huh?
focused.
Do you have it all the way up?
Sorry, yeah, I just heard discover, but
Whoever is.
yeah, I have it up.
So medical and knees is telling us we need to move on. Let's
Okay.
go talk about the doctor. That's
Alright,
the story.
come on.
All right.
I should stop recording.
He said no.
Professional, I don't know if that...
Professional basketball player.
All right. So this is a location that I took you guys to last year, but we didn't go to last night.
I got Joe. Is that a name?
Yes, but hang on one second. I'm going to tell you there are neighbors at the end of the street. So we're going to have to keep it down a little bit, even though it is kind of a, you know, a normal tour ghost stop. Like every ghost tour comes down here. If I brought you guys here, it was probably over across the street at the moment. So I've been kind of sneaking in here, even though I got kicked out. If you remember, this is the alley I got kicked out of. So here's how the story goes, and a lot of this is going to make sense. He heard the name Joe, you have knees and medical. So, there's a doctor that moves down here. His name is Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd. So he has Joe, and he's a doctor. So we have medical, and the word knees will come up later on. He moves down here because he's supposed to get married to his fiancée, Amanda. Amanda just inherited a bunch of money from her dead parents. She's an attorney helping her out with all of this cash flow. Which, by the way, Kylie, you can get some footage in here. Just don't film anybody walking by or driving their scooters in here, apparently. So, but anyway, so he moves down here because the attorney thinks that Dr. Ladd is just after Amanda's money. So Dr. Ladd comes to Charleston to prove that he's not after her cash. The coachman that brought him into town set him up to be robbed and killed. It wasn't a good start. So somebody was walking by. His name was Ralph Isaacs. What's weird about Ralph is he has the same initials as where the doctor came from. So Rhode Island, Ralph Isaacs. Before we had the Ouija board, RI was showing up on the spirit boxes. Now that we have the Ouija board, that's half the reason why I bought it was for this specific location, to start getting more initials out of it. Yeah, definitely get a reset on it. Yeah, I don't know who the heck is on there, just chit chat, but whatever. Again, normally this is a ghost tour stop. But Ralph tells the doctor, dude, you don't want to stay here. I know this guy's going to try to kill you. There's a gunman inside. It's going to get ugly. You know, that kind of thing. So Dr. Ladd takes him up on the offer to rent a room from some friends of Ralph's at 59 Church Street, which is the street where the Powder magazine was on, because we had the word church here last night. Now, 59 Church Street is actually kind of closer to Washington Square. What do you have?
Beard.
You did not have a beard, to my knowledge.
Has security.
And before I had text.
I can't really hear you
Yeah, you're going to hear things falling from the tree, but there's people talking about that one. So that might be another ghost story. Mondays are usually slow for most of the other larger group of people. I'm usually sold out, so I'm usually the guy out here with 10. But anyway, back to Dr. Ladd. The two become friends, but the longer the doctor stays here, the more money he's making, so he becomes known as the whistling doctor because he's proving his point that it wasn't just after Amanda's cash. So, you know, part of the campfire, part of the story is as you walk through the alley, you can hear the doctor's whistles. So again, the story is called The Whistling Doctor. Dr. Ladd and Ralph go see plays together, but they can't sit next to each other because Dr. Ladd makes more money. He just gets better seats. So they're talking about Richard III, a Shakespearean play, on the way home one day, and Dr. Ladd thought that the actress was great, and she was new to town. Ralph didn't think so, so they start arguing, but then Ralph starts insulting the doctor's fiancée, Amanda, back home in Rhode Island. So it gets pretty ugly, and they went their separate ways. Ralph goes to his friends at the newspaper and puts an ad in the paper telling the whole city of Charleston what he thought of the doctor. Kind of you're a disgrace to society kind of mentality. Dr. Ladd sees the ad and rebuttals with, let's go to Dueler's Alley. We're going to come down here and settle this. Somebody's going to die. So they came down and they took their 10 paces. They turned. The doctor pointed his gun in the air and he shot. He didn't want to kill his friend. He just wanted to have the courage and bravery to show up to the fight. But Ralph had his one shot and he put it in the kneecap on the doctor. So there's your word knees. That's where I get excited because that's a very specific part of the body. So he drops to the ground, his friends pick him up, they carry him home to 59 Church Street, where he dies either 10 or 4 days later, depending on which version of the story that you're reading. His exact death date was November 2nd, so that puts his, the dual date at either October 26th or October 24th, I think it was. But at any rate, so again, the ghost story part of this is as you walk through here, you can hear the whistles. Now we're using my voice recorder, so if you guys are going to walk down here in your next couple of days while you're here, turn on your voice recorders and see if you're getting any whistles. But keep in mind, every local knows the story. Anybody walking up and down Queen Street or Cumberland Street is going to throw a whistle down the alley. I still do it every single night. So you guys, you've seen where we parted ways, which was right up the street. I kept coming down this way, and I still threw a whistle down the alley just out of habit. It's especially because I got kicked out of here. Do you guys remember why I got booted out of here?
What's that?
Do you guys remember how I got kicked out of here?
You got in an argument with somebody.
Yeah, it was with the neighbor down there at the end of the block. So I'll tell you what.
Squirrel, probably.
Don't do it to mess with the other toy.
I got fuel. Is that anything?
What do you have?
Fuel.
Yeah.
And before I got
Do you whistle out or in?
Out.
How do you whistle
I
out?
have to whistle in too.
I can whistle out.
We're messing with that toy, by the way. They're all looking around going, we can hear the whistles. So,
Climb up.
what's that?
Climb up.
Very interesting direction.
Hey guys, good evening. How are you? Sorry to push
Oh, you're good.
What did you do? So the first thing he started off with that made me know he was absolutely real was he told me how old they called and it was just postponed until like the next Wednesday and they moved it to the next
Yeah, coughing. And you said you heard something too, Mike?
Blood.
Blood? That's the hemorrhoids.
That's what we're talking about.
That's crazy.
Maybe he's over here.
Love.
I'm stuck with her. You.
40 years.
Was he 40 years old?
No, he was 22. That is 1786.
I feel like in all the stories, all of the guys like die young.
Harmonic?
Around in the
He
20s.
got harmonic.
Oh, did I just step in
Oh, that's on the word list?
I think I just stepped in poop. Smell it?
I'm not smelling it.
I smell that.
Oh, right there, yeah.
What is it?
He stepped in poop.
There's leaves over
Here
here.
with
brother.
us.
Dr. Vlad, if you would like to tell us anything, we would love to hear from you. I would use the leaves over here, but I just dustbin.
Sure, it's a walk.
I think it's the one spot I stand
Right.
in.
I got burst.
450? No, nothing. Owner.
I got burst. Is that anything? Wait, she got love and then you got burst. Oh shit.
You get anything else on there?
They're not worth that much.
I got the largest diamond selections.
They're not worth that much.
Money.
Diamonds. I just got diamonds.
I got money.
That's a common commercial. Diamonds, alright. I usually throw
I got money in a second. Like, how do I step right there by the bush and this crap?
Okay, is there poop on my shoe? Is there poop on the other shoe?
Help me. I got help me. Help me. Oh god. That's scary.
Let's go look through you guys'
How's that
pirates.
even on the word list?
Come on, yeah.
Yeah, the ones we were looking for.
Cold.
If you are
He's cold.
can you give me
Huh? Cold. No, I just don't feel like having this in my pants anymore. It's annoying. It's not cold. I think maybe you are getting a little.
What's her name?
Alright,
Anne.
so, Kayla,
She
I'm
said
actually going to be
always
using
right.
this wall.
Uh-huh.
Well, I asked, is it your anniversary?
And you're gonna be
And she
filming
said
through it.
always.
Because when something passes through it, it's the only time you
Anne,
can
show
actually see
us
the
the color
lasers.
of your hair.
You see how it's kind of, you might get a little bit of a break in the grid on the wall, but
Anne, show us the color of your hair.
So what's the whole point of the lasers again?
you can only see the lasers when something passes through it. Look at my hand.
Oh.
So that's the whole point of the lasers, is that you can only see something when something passes through it.
Yeah, all I can see on the camera is the dot.
Man, show us the color of your hair, please.
What about now?
No, I can see all of it.
So we're not necessarily looking at where it's landed, we're looking at what's in between my hand and where it landed.
So, like,
So like right here.
And if you're here, go to blue.
Do you kind of see my point now?
yeah.
Again.
Bring a tripod,
do you
or else
want
we
to
could just
tell
cut this on for a little bit.
Turn the thing.
It's on. He's got it on.
I'm getting a bunch of words.
And Bonnie, what color was your hair?
Oh.
Can you tell us your hair? Can you make that go for your hair color? Can you show us? Make it go all the way red.
Always, right when I ask, is he...
Go farther.
Is he your anniversary?
You gotta come all the way up to it. Show us your hair color. Don't be shy.
Dan, can you tell us your hair color?
And And can you tell us the name of Calico Jack's ship?
Umbra.
Can you tell me the name of Calico Jack's ship?
And let's try a different question tonight. Why don't you tell me what other pirates have come through here? What other pirates have you seen come through here, Ann?
Thermal image up there.
Can you tell us through the spirit box or the word list?
President?
Touch this right here. If you've seen other pirates, come here.
And we just want to talk to you and find out more about you and your
Now that's
life.
your vape. I'm like, what is making the lasers go
Oh,
off?
sorry.
Oh, you're good. So go ahead, perfect example.
No, I saw that too.
Put your vape through the laser, so close to my hands.
Yeah, do that.
And that'll kind of give you a...
See how
It's
it
like watching
okay.
Mission Impossible, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's actually how I used to demonstrate them.
Respect. And if you're here with us tonight, let us
I got
know.
a Nelson.
Something just moved in there, and I can't tell if it was a bug or not. I don't think it was.
I see the green one.
Yeah, it's coming through the green.
See that.
Making sure it's not any reflections. I mean, I moved in 2 different directions, and it was slow. It went left,
And if
then
you're
right.
here with us, can you show us?
Now it just went by my hand.
I saw that. It's
You getting all of that?
yeah.
We're really.
You should see if you can go walk, Tyler, and talk and see if that goes off.
What if I go by over there?
No, like go like right over here and try to talk to Ann. Ask her about her hair color and see if she'll...
Was my hand in view when you did that?
I think so.
Like, you don't always see stuff through the lasers in real time. That's why I'm like, kind of like, oh shit. We got,
Yeah,
we
I
got
saw
3 of
it.
them. That's 3 so far.
Saw a little thing. With my actual eyes, not just on the camera.
Well, a bug would look very quick. Like, it would look really, really fast.
Yeah.
Servant?
Remember, she killed one of her servants with a knife to the belly when she was a young girl.
Children?
I saw another one.
Spirit.
Normal NFL.
You got spirit.
Ann, can you tell us how old you were when you died?
The cool part about this is even though he told us the story, I don't remember any of it.
I don't know if that's a bad testament to my storytelling skills.
No, it's just, I'm trying to remember like all the stories from all the spots.
I keep seeing
On
it.
that building. Well, I'm sitting on a building.
Ann, can you tell us what you dressed up as on the ship?
Mm.
Yeah, Aaron, can you tell us what you dressed up as on the ship?
Tyranny.
What color is your hair color?
That's a good one. I'll have to write that one down.
What did you dress up as on the pirate ship?
It's hard to hold this thing steady for a long period of time. It's like the damn dowsing rods.
Publishing
Ann,
rule?
what you... Was it Ann that
Yeah,
had
see,
the trial, or
that's
was it
a
the other
bug.
one?
Those other ones, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I saw those with my own eyes, not
Yeah,
the
that was
camera.
definitely had wings. I saw that one.
Was it Ann that had the trial? or was
Hopefully,
it the other
hopefully
one?
I got
Both
you.
did.
Hopefully your hand
Both
was
of
in
them
view when
same
that
I
happened.
got cotton.
Cotton, like the made out of cotton.
Yeah, like made out of cotton.
Ann, can you tell me when your trial was? What year it was? Or what date?
Before you.
Hey, Ann, is it your anniversary?
This is why I don't bring them out every single night. Because if it actually goes accidentally into the traffic, patterns on East Bay Street, somebody's gonna hit me for a ride.
Come back and touch it, Ann. I saw you there.
And is it your anniversary?
The anniversary of her trial. We know it's not a happy time for her.
Alcohol?
Why's all the rum gone?
And is today your anniversary of the trial? That's a yes or no question. Okay.
Ann, can you tell me how many people you killed? One I love.
Did you kill the one she loved? And did you kill the one you love?
Anne, give us your hair color.
He's gonna come up this way and go over to.
Turn it red.
I don't know
Ann.
if he's gonna come over here or not. We'll kind of let him have his space. We're gonna go to the back.
Hi.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Never mind.
Our president, I know that. Her tyranny. What else did you hear, Mike?
I heard. Oh, shoot.
I know tyranny and president like stood out to me for sure.
Wait, hold
Hi
still.
guys.
I don't remember what I heard in here.
I heard one I love.
And show me your hair color.
Or something along those lines.
Give us red.
I got pretty. She's talking about someone.
Don't get close. Give us red.
Oh, damn, it was better. Stop. It was better in the other area.
Remember, this was where
Can
I
you
saw
stop?
What? What am I doing?
Yeah,
Remember,
maybe,
I went
yep.
back and looked at your guys'
95?
investigations.
I got show.
And I was looking
What do
at
you
it.
want
I
us to
remember the
show,
next night
Ann?
after that, I looked for the same thing, and it was somewhat there, but we also it was late at night again, so it was hard to determine if it was coming from the street light or not.
Give
And we want to talk about
your
what
hair
today
color.
actually is to you. What is this? What is this day?
Red.
I want to see your word list.
I
If you're
asked-
just shouting words out at me, and I can't keep track.
Red.
I asked. She said show, and then I said, show what? And she said those.
Show those what?
Show those what? And
Ann, can you come over here and touch this? See how it makes it go red? See that?
There's
Can you
purple
touch
on
it and
there?
show us the color of your hair?
show those what? What do you want us to show?
I got an N, maybe an O will come next.
And
Oh,
what do you
N-E.
want us to show?
Are these?
Yeah, you can switch that over to numbers too.
20, 30.
Oh, reset.
Definitely have a blue. Get a
Go
little,
a little
closer,
farther.
Ann. Get closer, Ann. We want to see the color red.
And show us the color red.
You just have to touch it real hard.
Wait,
Reset.
she said show those cords.
And show us the color red.
Show those cords.
You have any numbers coming through, Tyler?
No.
Come out.
Sparky.
I got show those courses. Show those cords.
Ann, are you still here? If you're here, Ann.
Just touch this like this, Ann. See how you touch it? Goes to red.
And what do you
Go ahead and touch it for us.
And what do you want?
And show us the color red.
What do you want?
Tyler won't bite.
Heart. I got heart.
Red.
Big red barn.
Yeah, but we're also asking about what
Hair
color her
color.
hair was.
Oh.
Maybe she can't touch that hard enough to show us.
Come on, Ann. Today's the 2-year anniversary where I started believing in this story. Give me a little bit of something.
I got angry.
I know you're not angry that I'm here.
Are you angry about the trial?
That's a yes, no question.
Couple of weeks.
Keep them straight.
Couple of weeks. Special studio. Thought ahead of
Give me a
us.
Y.
Special, couple of weeks. Special.
Show me a Y.
Special.
What do you have?
Almost lady.
LAD.
Well, you said you had almost had Orlando back
Yeah.
in Large Alley, right? So that was-
27.
And can you touch and show us the color blue?
I got 6.
And can you show us the color blue?
It's almost lady. LADI.
Yeah.
And can you touch
843.
That's
you
our area
touch
code.
this rod right here? Look. Just make it go to blue.
So with lady with an I at the end of it,
Reset.
like, a lot of things
Reset.
are spelled
Reset.
differently between the English, Jamaicans,
'Cause you
and
touched it.
New Americans.
Yeah, well.
So who knows that lady? I mean, it doesn't ring a bell, but I've
Right.
seen things spelled very weird, like pirates with a Y instead of an I,
Yeah.
kind of thing. So again, I'll look at it and see if there's anything specific where lady would have been spelled.
I'm gonna go throw this away.
I said, are you our special guest? She said, right.
Right.
O'Reilly.
Blindfold.
Alright, so
Scott.
Blindfold is very weird.
can you tell us the color of your hair?
That was all by itself.
Look.
Can you tell us the color of your hair?
Have men on there too?
MEMN. So there was an M in between, but it's closed.
Yeah, that's interference. It's weird if we normally get a lot of gendered female terms here.
I got
You
Robert.
got Robert.
I think I just got lady, but you'll have to check. I don't know.
Come on, Ann. Give us something. Give us something extra.
Make it go off. And
Second.
oop, oop. And can you make that go to blue for us?
I got second.
And
the
do you
second
enjoy
one.
our company here? Show us if you want us to stay.
Opinion. Is it our opinion? Can you touch that if it's our opinion?
Give us yellow if you want us to leave.
It's already on
Tough.
yellow.
And I know you don't want us to leave. How about you give us blue if you want us to stay?
Give us blue
We like
if you
talking
want
to
us
you,
to
Ann.
stay.
You just got to show us a little bit more. Let us know you're here. Book.
Or he got orange.
So that book is Bleed Over from Philadelphia Alley. He actually wrote poetry too, and it was published later after his death into one volume. So we do get the word book from that.
And
A lot of damn poets back in the 17 and 1800s.
and if you are here, can you make this right here go to blue?
Autism?
Why would that be relevant?
I don't know. I'm just, the words I'm hearing clear. I'm just.
Yeah. So again, there's like 15 stories on this corner.
Oh,
So
just went to blue? Where'd you move?
I'm.
Oh,
I got S.
don't move, son.
Shush.
Just sit there like a statue, Tyler.
Enthusiasm.
Nice.
3-3.
33. Maybe that's the
Injured.
I also look at that as a date, like March
Give us
3rd.
blue if you like Tyler's hat.
Or 1733.
She died in
Then I got injured right after it.
Hey, Ann, what color is your hair? Can you make that go to the color of your hair?
Red. If you don't like my hat, make it go to red.
Hat.
And if we're disturbing you, go to yellow. I get nothing.
Let's try back over by the wall again. Now that the other toy's gone. Since he's not here.
Who's Charlotte?
How's Nick? Charlotte is my friend.
Charlotte Red.
We hear a lot about Charlotte over here because of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
They're kind of a comparable city to us.
Gotcha.
Reset.
Alright.
Anne, are you here with us?
Okay.
Show us if you're here with us, Anne.
We're by a building you should know.
Alive.
Go to blue if you are here with us.
Young child.
Can you make this go to blue if you're here with us?
Home.
Ann did have a young child, right?
We have no idea what happened to him.
Anne, can you tell us what... Can I ask that?
Yeah.
Anne, can you tell us what happened to your son?
Infant?
Infant?
We don't even know.
Anne, can you tell us what
California
happened to your
again.
infant?
That's me.
And give us red if your son died. Or your infant.
That's the child in Cuba.
HMBVA.
Anne, can you tell us if your infant died?
You got
Go to
MB in
red.
there. Again. That's Mary Brennan, the
We
mother.
can't.
What did you get?
We can't.
HMBVA.
Who's with you? You said we can't? What do you mean by we? You mean
Talk
you
to us. We
can't
wanna stay longer with you.
or do you have more
I
people
know
with
you have a
you?
lot to tell us. Can you tell me your hair color? Can you tell me your hair color?
Do you want to
Ann?
listen to the spirit box for a little bit? No?
He's like, nope.
I like this.
Did you get us any footage while we were in here?
How do you get the footage off of this?
That's on an SD card. So I have a separate computer just for this that I unplug the charger and then I plug it into the computer and then I splice it all together with some software so it puts all of your videos in order and it puts it all together as one and then I
Cool.
send it over to YouTube and then I review it from
And
YouTube.
if you're here,
It's the same
make
thing with
it go
that
to
one,
blue.
only the nice thing with Kylie's camera
Okay,
is that
Tyler?
the software to combine everything is on the phone. So when I get back to the car after I'm done after an investigation with you guys, I just start it on my phone and it's usually done by the time I get home.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is that a
So
brown
the software is really cool. So if you're into cameras and video, MOVAVI. So it changes MOV files, which are the larger files like this guy and the thermal. Because again,
And
for
if
every
you want, if we are disturbing you,
it's every 10 minutes.
I
Make
don't
it
usually
go to
take
blue.
videos. I'm not a big videographer. I'm trying to be a
Ann, can you tell me how
photographer.
you killed your servant?
That's a good one. But video can be complicated if you don't know what you're doing with it. I had to learn my way around that one.
Kylie!
Ann, can you tell me how you killed your servant? What did you do to him?
Give us blue if you want us to leave, Ann. Give us blue.
and give us blue if you want us to leave.
Well, guys, I'm not super convinced we have
Yeah.
anything going on right now.
Yeah, I don't think.
Okay.
I don't think she's here.
left.
If she was here at all, I'm more convinced that Michaela and I caught something on the laser.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
I don't know if
lasers.
any of you, the rest of you
I
saw
saw
that,
that
but there was a
green,
couple of little wisps coming through that hopefully.
I saw.
We'll end across the street again?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Going after the rods first. Who didn't use them yesterday? You didn't get a hold.
Kylie got a lot of stuff from them yesterday.
Kyle, you want to use them?
Alien?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I guess
And yesterday we
now I believe aliens.
got Planet.
Wanna do it? Yeah.
Anybody
I want to turn this on.
He's already after us.
I want to turn it on.
Who were we talking to last night?
Bina, Austin.
Bina.
Reset it. Oh, he's right here. Right here.
Reset that. Reset again.
Boy does not want to move.
Can you go to a different color if you're here?
Oh, boy does not.
He's going
That
to.
was coming from you.
Yeah,
So let's
stop moving. Hold
Let's
still.
test this theory and see if it's actually coming from you moving around,
Or is it him?
or is it?
So
So we're gonna let it sit there. We're gonna see if it was coming from your motion at all.
Bina, we were here last night. Can you show us if you're here again with us tonight?
Go to blue if you're here.
If you're here, can you show us some colors?
I got light.
Bina, if you're here with us tonight, can you cross the rods?
I got bacon.
maybe that's their favorite food.
Bina, if you're here with us again tonight, can you cross the rods?
Do you want bacon?
Don't
Try
touch
to
it.
stick with one
I
person
wonder,
at a
like,
time.
I got chills.
Maybe they're scared.
Can you give me blue?
Bina, if you're here with us tonight, can you cross the rods?
Either or. We just want to know that you're here.
If Bina is not here and it is somebody else, open the rods.
See a little bit of cross action.
Yeah, now it's nothing.
If there's anybody here that would like to talk to us tonight, open the rods.
Guess it's not Bina.
Keen observation.
Whoever this is, make this go to blue.
Whoever's trying to talk to us, if you would like us to know more about you, close the rods.
You make them touch for us. Cross them into an X.
I got Aaron.
Or you could
Is your
give us
name
some
Aaron?
colors if you want us to know more about
Getting
you.
a lot of,
Give us a blue.
gossip and
Give us a blue.
Like what?
Or cross.
stuff. Just like
Or touch the rods.
If your name is Aaron, close the rods.
Ooh.
If your name is Aaron, can you touch the rods?
No Aaron listed on
We asked if her name
cross.
is Aaron. Come on, you can do it.
Aaron.
Aaron, I don't see you listed on the marker.
That's Aaron.
I mean,
Alright, Aaron, can you tell us some more about you?
Hang on.
hold on, Josh.
All right. Okay, Aaron. Open the rods back up and have them point straight back at me, please. I need these rods to point straight at me.
It's crazy because they did nothing. And then all of a sudden,
Aaron, I don't see your name listed on the Quaker Memorial. If you are not a Quaker,
That was me.
open the rods nice and wide.
I got Ryan.
Open them nice and wide if you are not a Quaker. If you were a Quaker, touch the rods together again. Make them cross. It's weird for showing us one version. Open the rods if you were not a Quaker.
Not Quaker. It's wide open.
Her left one is definitely opening up wider.
Still going.
Mm-hmm. There it goes. Okay, we've established that Aaron is not a
So
Quaker.
since Aaron's not a Quaker, maybe Aaron can communicate with us through
Other devices.
other devices.
Aaron, we would like to know your last name, so if you can give that to us through one of the electronic devices, that would be fantastic.
Like this one or that one?
I am not familiar with who you are.
That left one is moving a lot.
Yeah, her left one is going all over the place.
And she still is from
I
being.
got news.
News.
Maybe the news is that they're new.
Wait, Mike, what are you getting?
Maybe it's a recent death here in Charleston, and it's somebody named Aaron, and they were in the news.
Young man?
Young man. Aaron could be a man.
It can, but it was spelled with an E-R.
Aaron, if you are a female, cross the rods. Aaron, if you are a male, open the rods. Oh,
It's just the left one though.
If you're a female, close the rods. Make them touch.
Can you do the
if
right
you are
one?
a male, open the rods.
Can you do the right one this time?
I think Aaron might be a male.
That's what I'm getting.
What's up?
Aaron, if you passed in the last 20 years, close the rods. If your death was older than 20 years, open the rods.
That's
such a weird time.
Is it
The clock.
Oh, I don't know. It might go every 15 minutes.
Aaron, if you have a more recent death within the last 20 years, touch the rods.
It's weird because that one's only moving and that one's not.
I feel like it's trying to go back in.
I got team.
Aaron, if your death was more recent in the last 20 years, cross the rods.
If there's more people, can you make it go to blue? If there are more people, can you make it go to blue? Or can you tell us what the rods?
800.
800?
Your hands break. Shake them out a little bit. It's not easy to keep yourself
Maybe
steady
try
for
it.
that long period of time.
Try it again.
Try to give your hands a little, loosen them up.
I feel like Kylie gets the most with the rods.
I don't know why though.
Huh, yeah, that's
Maybe she's
interesting.
just stiller. Maybe
Stiller?
her presence is nice.
Stiller.
Like Ben Stiller.
She's stiller. Her presence is
keeps
just
on going to
calming.
blue, but then
Sometimes.
Michaela, itch my eyebrow.
Do you remember?
Your
one?
eyebrow?
Which one? This one? Good?
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Let's see if Aaron's still with us. Are you ready? Can I put them?
Yeah, go ahead. Stand up straight. First, it's always okay to move your
There we
hands around and get them steady. So,
Is that a good spot?
You should ask her the 20-year
I was
question
wondering
again.
again, what the?
Aaron, if you had a more recent death, say in the last 20 years, touch the rods. If it was more than 20 years, open the rods.
I think that's you moving, Bubba.
Yeah. That was, but like before, like when we first came in, that wasn't me.
God is saying.
Aaron, if you want us to know more about you, cross the rods.
Just getting an opening, so it was more than 20 years
More
ago.
than 20 years ago.
Both of them open this
I
time.
want to see how far they're going to go. Because they're still moving.
I got city. Aaron, did you die in this city?
Hold on, Bubba. Let's
Actually, he didn't.
Yeah, that's all.
So we just said if you want us to know more about you, close the rods.
Can you close them up if you want?
It's the wiener dog, guys. You can.
Aaron, if you want us to know more about you, touch the rods.
This is a good.
Got motion going on.
This is a good angle. You can see the rods from here.
Good.
I'll let you ask me. I don't know. You seem like you get more.
Moving forward.
So if it was more than 20 years ago, was it more than 50 years ago? Open the rods back up. Open them nice and wide. More than 50 years ago, nice and wide. Aaron, I'm not familiar with who you are. You got to give me some info. You got to help me out here.
There's no way we can find a last name
We can
if
see.
they're not communicating on any other devices.
Aaron, do you want us to leave?
Let's stick to one question at a time. It takes more time to get answers out of rods than it does an electronic device.
Yeah.
If it was between 20 and 49 years ago, close the rods. More than 50 years ago, open the rods.
9793.
Are you recording?
But it could be information.
No. Put the camera on your left. Before you get
Oh, wait.
It's okay. The camera's at the bottom down here. So turn it horizontally.
Oh, this one.
Nope. Put it on your left.
This way?
There you go.
It
Otherwise,
looks
it's
like
upside down.
they're kind of closing.
You heard 97, 93? Could be a year.
Look at it.
1993 or 1997.
They're getting closer together.
They are.
I got left.
Didn't you have right at another location as well?
Hold on.
Let's touch those rods if it was between 20 and 30 years ago that you passed away. Touch the rods between 20 and 30
I got
years
right.
ago.
Yeah.
You lost your touch, Kylie. Close the rods if it was between 20 and 25 years ago. We need some kind of answers, Aaron, or else I can't learn more about you. I need more details for research.
It's weird how sometimes you have so many words and
I just got the chills.
I got some motion. Close the rods between 20 and 25 years. Make those rods touch. Mike, you hearing anything else out of there? It's like dead silence, huh?
Yeah, for the most part.
Where's the other spirit box?
I don't have it in my ear right now.
I'm talking about the one that just talks out loud.
Did we lose Aaron?
You
I
can.
think we lost whoever was here.
I don't think it was Aaron. That was just a random name we asked.
No? Is there anybody here that would like to say anything to us? If so, cross the rods. If you would like us to leave, open the rods.
You're just gonna stay open.
Like we got a little wider.
I got chest.
They're wiggling.
They are wiggling. They're undecisive.
Are they getting closer?
The left one is definitely motion in the right. I'm gonna guess that you're right-handed. Am I correct in that?
The term demonstrate.
What?
Demonstrate.
Demonstrate.
Oh.
He saw you
Counter.
and got excited.
Counter.
Oh, it's moving more. Kind of. It's like wiggling.
Close the rods if you'd like us to be here. Open them if you'd like us to leave.
What happened?
It's got a lot of them.
Out of the right one.
I feel like it's trying to push together, but it's not like strong enough.
Like nothing. It's like we got
Wait.
dead radio silence.
I wonder, is he a
Well,
kid?
She's like a prime candidate for this type of work.
Yeah.
So if this is something you guys are going to look at in the future, like, because she's so still, you can obviously tell when something is going on. When something
Yeah.
is wrong.
You're doing a good job.
Like even
You're
last
the best
night,
one.
like,
She got the most.
so it's just, I can tell, after 2 nights with her consecutively, I can definitely see that she's very chill.
Yeah.
And she's very calm. Like, this is obviously something she could probably do very well for you guys with in the future. Dowsing rods are not inexpensive.
Region.
If there's anybody here with us, touch the rods. If there's anybody here with us, touch the rods.
Reset it. You don't even have to reset it.
The numbers or the...
Just colors.
This.
Just reset it first.
I got Bob.
And then if it goes off, just don't do anything.
You got Bob.
Yeah, I got Bob.
Bob.
Alright.
I don't think they're gonna close.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it on this one.
Yeah.
Again, seem like you guys do a lot of things together.
Yeah.
Especially being a large family.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard of The Secret before?
I love that book. It's the best book.
Oh, that's
Yeah, The
the
Secret,
the
yeah.
secret book?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that book.
Maybe something different.
Okay.
This is
maybe
a
not.
treasure hunt,
Okay, no.
not
Not the secret. Okay.
Ooh, cold.
It's a treasure hunt. There are 12 hidden treasures in the United States, different cities. Charleston is one of those cities. I've been on the search for this damn thing for the past, how long have I been doing tours? 3 years now. The weird thing about this is that the book was written in 1982. To kind of give you a quick gist of this. So 1982, this author, he actually wrote a lot of the time machine books. You guys like Choose Your Own Adventure books? Do you guys remember those? So, at any rate, the book in a nutshell has 12 paintings and 12 poems in it. You have to match up the correct poem to the correct painting, and it will give you the clue as to where the city actually came from. Is it starting flickering already? Interesting.
Wonder if we go over there, it's gonna flicker more,
I
probably.
wonder. I almost wonder if we need to plug it in, because your camera's going to be able to withhold the information. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I almost want to unplug it from here and put it up top. So that way we don't get the flicker, and then we will...
I'm like dying to know now. Do you think you found something in this park?
This is the next location that I'm looking into. And it was only given to me because it was part of my podcast. Somebody got a hold of me and said, hey, I'm not in Charleston, but I think it might be at Washington Park. Here's why. And they kind of gave me a lot of the clues as to where they think so. But the weird thing, it is hidden.
Treasure.
The weird thing is that I've already dug for this. And to get any kind of permission to dig in the city of Charleston is like an act of Congress. Like it takes a lot.
Yeah.
So I made my presentation in front of the owners of the grounds. And the ground people, like, they basically said that is probably the best presentation we've seen yet. Like, we're actually going to allow you to put a shovel to the ground. So, me, my wife, one of the owners of the grounds, which is a major park in downtown Charleston, not here. And then we had a police officer and security there. Because, again, this is a big, big story.
Yeah.
If somebody starts digging in Charleston, the newscasters want to know what the hell's going on.
Right.
So, we dug and came up probably 3 to 5 feet away, like of where my exact locations and calculations thought this thing would actually be. This has been going on since 1982.
Did you find
Only 3 out of the 12 treasures have been found.
What are they?
So for each location, it's based off the zodiac. The harder the, I guess, in actual consistency of the jewel for that specific location, because it's based off of the month of the way he's lined them up, the harder the puzzle. For Charleston, it's the diamond, the hardest jewel of them all.
That's neat. So you didn't come up with anything yet?
I did not.
Okay.
The major feat that I've had so far is that I was actually allowed to dig. Like, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
So the next location is me and my daughter are actually looking here. And she just thought it was funny because she was just here for the first time with me on a tour since I started adding this to our locations. And she's just like, isn't this the secret location? I'm like, shut up, we're not talking about that tonight. Like, we're not searching for the treasure. However, I'm telling you, if you guys are on Facebook, just look up The Secret. And the group is like up to 10,000 now. And it's a conglomeration of people from all over the United States trying to help each other out to try to find this thing. There's basically scalpers like me that are I just skim it to see what they're thinking about Charleston, to see where their ideas are at. And I'm like, no, because I mean, I'm down here.
Yeah, yeah.
So, my next major thing, actually, just to kind of give you the gist of the poem, I'll actually bring up the one that I think it is, and then we will.
Why ask for permission if you could just go in at night and dig all over?
You can't. You would get in so much trouble.
If I were to put a shovel to the ground right now, I guarantee you there would be at least 4 police officers.
Okay, but
here
you
within
won't
minutes.
get. But hear me out. You
Hear me out.
you won't get in
Let me
trouble
help you
if
not
you
get
don't get
arrested.
caught.
Wait, how would they know?
You could do anything you want. You just
Trust me,
you
there's-
can't get caught.
There's somebody looking at us right now.
That's great.
Yep.
Great advice from a child
Yeah, I see those
who doesn't know anything about anything.
Those are the ones that like music.
Do you like my advice, Mother? You can do anything you want if you don't get caught.
So, kind of give you the gist of what this guy actually looks like. So, this is the wiki.
8, I got an 8.
Henry, how old were your kids?
Didn't he get mad when we started talking about his kids?
Yeah.
He only had one.
Kid,
A son,
a
right?
son.
Willie.
Willy Wonka.
Tell us about Willie.
Can you tell us about Willy?
Have you ever tried to use the dowsing rods in here?
No. We could try if somebody wants to.
Henry, how old was your son?
Leave.
Is it disrespectful if we do that, or
Leave him, Mom.
Not at all.
What's that?
leave in?
11.
11.
What is that?
Ugly sweater.
Flatten things out.
Yes.
I got no. How old was your
Son William.
How old was your son?
I just heard nursery rhymes.
Cooking.
What?
Henry, can you tell us how old your son was?
You should switch to
Yeah.
to numbers if you're asking a number question.
Yeah, I see a red light. That truck just won't stop staring.
No, I don't.
Light.
How old was your son?
It looks
Henry,
like an
can you
actual
tell me
light.
how old your son was?
It's a little out of place, doesn't it?
That's weird. Reset it.
Henry, why don't you tell us where we are exactly?
Army.
You have Army? That's good.
Christmas.
Remember, we're looking for
Tyler,
Christmas Eve.
His thing keeps
Army's good
going
because
off.
he did join the Confederate Army.
Stop moving. Wait. Okay. Just
It
because
was just his movement.
Now that Michaela's plugged in, I say we see if we can get some crazy readings when we come back.
Okay.
I'm wondering if the light is just getting worn out. And after 2 hours or so of usage, it's...
Yeah, you should start here one night.
Yeah. That's a good
Well, I
idea.
guess then it'll drain your battery though.
It's not like I don't have
Yeah.
cords and...
Yeah.
No, but like if it's an off night and you want to do something like this, you should start here.
Well, I wanted to get a second one of that light anyway, so I can crisscross them. So that way, you know that little glare that's in the bottom? Like when you're watching your screen, how it
Yeah.
kind of looks like this? Look, and you have like a little, it's a light flare.
Mhm.
So that's the only light flare we have.
Yeah, that's
and
what I was
I'm-
looking at a lot yesterday,
Where's Kylie?
and I just realized that it's like the
But
thing.
you can stack these, so I can get 2 of them and crisscross them, so I can turn
Oh.
them in different directions and hopefully get rid of that light flare.
That's cool.
What's his name?
Henry,
Henry.
Not
Can
blinking
you tell
yet.
us about your son? How old was he?
Does anybody remember how old he was?
9 months.
He was.
Stop.
You got any numbers coming through?
No, not really.
Henry, how old was your son?
Callie, where's the thermal? You got it?
I have it.
Oh.
Give us
Henry, can you tell us how
blue
your son
if you
died?
do not want to talk about your son. You
Let's
didn't.
put you back to work.
You didn't want to talk.
Maybe he wants us to wait until 3 a.m.
No.
Reset. So
Blue.
Definite yellow and then blue.
I asked
said
the
it again.
question.
She asked a question.
What was the question?
Give us blue if you don't want us to talk about your son.
Okay.
So,
Wait, hold on. Ask it again.
Can you confirm, give us blue again if you do not want to talk about your son?
Touch that move.
You get a lot of numbers
not
here, Tally. You
moving.
really got to pay attention to that screen. Nope, that red light is still there even from this angle.
could be a camera.
I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about
That
the
should be a
truck that
parking
keeps
meter
on
that's not
staring
working.
at us. Those people in the truck will not stop.
Give us blue.
Nothing coming out of those spirit boxes, you two?
Not clear enough
No.
that I could hear.
Come on, Henry.
Henry, we want to talk to you.
So,
Henry, if you want to tell us more about yourself, show us some colors on Tyler's.
The box with the antenna, the little metal stick on there.
Give us any color if you want to
so
tell
if
us
I
more.
unplug this, do you think it would start blinking?
I don't know. Try it.
Henry, what was your son's name?
Pull it straight down.
Henry, what was your son's name?
Where's your camera battery? It's on the screen right now. Did that drain at all?
Yeah, kind of. It's full charge.
It's on low charge?
It was full charge. Now it's like, you know how there's 4 of them? There's
Yeah.
4 little bars. There's 3 now.
That was quick.
50?
I plug it back in.
Henry, can you tell me your son's name?
You just moved reset.
Henry, can you tell us your son's name?
I actually don't remember. I'll lose
Wait,
that.
Blue
conclusion.
again. It's blue again.
Reset it.
Not getting any numbers?
Blue.
That's not a number.
But it's blue.
How old are you? Purple.
Boy,
I got confused.
Maybe we should ask a question.
Let's go something a little bit different. Henry, tell us about your wife. What was her name?
I got sex.
We got
had that
sex
here
last
last
night, too. As soon as we asked about his wife last night. Isn't that what we
Yeah.
got last night?
I think when we talked about the
It's
parents
blue,
was when
again.
it said something like
that's
war.
totally his wife's name.
Yeah, blue.
No. There's not his wife's name.
Blue.
Yeah, totally.
But why does it keep being blue?
BP.
Because he doesn't want us to talk about his son.
Tyler.
Reset.
Chris.
Tyler.
Chloe?
I got a Chris right before that.
I got
Boy, make it go to red, I
Jace?
swear, do it.
Jace.
I dare
Who's that?
you. I double dog dare you.
Cash cow Jace.
I triple dog dare you.
Specific.
Go to blue if you loved your wife. Loved your wife. Blue.
Cottage.
Cottage is good.
He loved his wife. He was a loving man.
He's telling us where to go. So,
Third.
hang on. So, Henry, whose cottage did you go to write in
Stop.
1867?
Reset.
Whose cottage was that? Can you give us a first name?
Here.
Here.
Here. That's what I got.
whose cottage did you stay at?
A little bit. Hypnotized.
Not hypnotized. Let's turn off that REM pod for a
Yeah,
few.
turn that off for a minute.
Yeah. Yours, yeah, in the back.
Are those the ones that were in the truck?
And that's the one that they're using.
We're not doing anything wrong. That's okay, Bubba.
No, we're good.
Olivia.
Olivia.
Do you have any, what letters do you have on there, Mike?
ESV.
We had this gentleman's 3 initials one night, and I was stoked. The guy whose cottage that he was staying at, we had all 3 initials in a row.
Olivia.
SVF.
Yep. Come on, Henry, tell us whose cottage you were staying at when you wrote your final words.
Henry, whose cottage were you staying at when you wrote your final words? FZ.
My dad.
But my highest number was only 0.8,
You
which
got
is
my
sad.
dad.
Yeah, well, that kind of proves all the little ones that we were getting here last night. Still, again, I don't want the same thing every single night. Can't say, all right, you go over there and wait for the 60 to happen. Kind of shows
What's the other one?
What was the whole thing about
Yeah.
Dr. Henry here?
Yeah, see if you can hear
This
something.
one right
I'm
here,
struggling with
this
it.
is Andrew
Untie that a
Jackson's
little bit and we can
Memorial.
share.
Remember we had the name Jackson.
Unless you want to switch?
Yeah, we can switch here. Let's switch for a minute. See what you can make out.
Okay.
So it's just a memorial. It doesn't mean it's
Oh, do you know how to turn it on and off?
it's
No.
just
There's a little button there.
kind of celebrate.
Right here, the top one. This one.
This one?
Yeah,
I got
don't turn
best
it off.
friend.
Was his best friend.
Was it really?
Yes.
Did you tell us that last night?
Nope.
I think it's recording right now, isn't it?
Is it recording?
Yeah,
Nicole?
you're good. I can see the blinker in the front. Who was your best friend?
Ezra.
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 Ezra is a name, right?
Oh, you're right. It's pretty hard to make out things on this.
When you hear it, though, it's clear.
Henry, can you tell us your best friend's name?
I think I heard
Should
like
we shut this off or
roommate,
we're okay?
like slightly. I don't know if it was that clear though. What does that say? Oh, Ezra.
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 Henry, can you tell us your best friend's name?
You're probably better at this
Questions.
than me.
Questions.
Question.
Come on,
We're
Henry.
asking it questions.
You've given us answers here before. Prove to us that you're actually here with us and tell us your best friend's name. Okay.
Conversation.
Oh, no, you're not.
Workshop.
Yeah, it means it'll freeze your big number. It's okay. Just reset it. By turning it off, turning it back on again.
5-5, thank you. Cash.
Maybe he likes to.
Coin.
Oh, the eerie.
Afraid.
What'd you get?
I just got eerie, creepy music.
Then I got afraid.
Yeah, that's weird. Valentino? No?
I don't know, but that's interesting.
I think that's what I heard.
What is his best friend's name?
No, don't tell us yet.
Okay.
It's kind of like, remember I told you guys about George Washington before? Yeah, they don't want to know, so that way it's not in the back of their brains looking for it.
Henry, tell us your best friend's name. I'm sharing.
What are you
Any of
sharing?
those initials?
What are you sharing?
No.
Feel something.
Root?
I don't think it's root.
A
Feels.
treasure?
It would be funny if I found the treasure.
The shovel. We're digging.
We're digging with our hands.
This is nothing.
But feel it. It feels like not the ground.
This is definitely the ground.
No, but like it feels weird. I don't know why.
That's
It
just the
feels like
ground.
there's something.
hill.
I don't know why. I'm
It's
just
the-
maybe it, no.
It's on a hill. We found it. The treasure is on a hill.
Oh wow.
Hey, we're mixing stories here.
I know, right?
The camera's dying
crazy
and
would
it's
that be?
plugged in.
How crazy
It's
would
on
that be,
2
though?
now.
The camera's not dying.
Huh?
The camera's not plugged in. You plugged in the lights.
Oh.
How crazy
So
would that be?
unplug
though,
Well, the
if
camera's
you
dying.
gave you where
Unplug
the
the light,
secret
hurry.
was?
Wouldn't that
Like,
be some shit, right?
how would you?
The camera's
That's the
dying.
crazy news story.
Plug in the camera.
Ghost hunter.
You would never be believed. Like, come on.
We believe what?
I would have it all recorded. How could I not be
Yeah.
believed?
If what happened?
If
Spirit
if
told
I
him
had-
where the secret was hidden.
That'd be cool. What if I found the secret?
Oh wait, you know what that could be? Maybe it's like a light.
I'd probably fall and trip and then it would just be uncover.
It might just be
Under
the
the
table.
There's a car.
Strangle?
Under the table.
No, but we did get the word hang here
Oh,
last
no.
night.
The treasure's under the table. Is there
Henry.
any table?
Stop talking about the treasure. Secret.
Harper?
Harper.
No.
Country Mail?
JP,
JP?
OJP, MGW.
Henry, tell us your best friend's name.
Phew.
Hang on. You're MGW. You know where you're at. Where are you? What's the name of this park?
Washington.
Washington,
What's George's wife's name?
Deputy.
Martha.
Martha.
I got deputy.
I don't know if she has a middle initial, like G, but you have MGW. So I got now looking at Martha
J.
Washington.
Washington.
G.
I got deputy.
Hey Siri, what was George?
Because
Martha.
we've had GW show up here before.
What was Martha J. Washington's full name?
It wasn't J, it's G.
Oh, G.
Run away.
Run away.
Martha
Got to
Dandridge Curtis
get away.
Washington.
Run
What was it?
away. Got to get away.
Martha what?
Ooh,
Dandridge.
Curtis Washington.
Run away.
So it should be 4 initials for her.
She just got run
So
away.
DC.
Henry, tell us your best friend's name.
MDC. W.
MDCW.
Do
Feeling
you
any better?
want us to leave? Yeah.
Let me see your word list.
He said run away.
Jump
so
scare.
I'm thinking he might be talking.
Not that I didn't hear every time you told me that's the word.
Henry, tell us your
What
best
about me?
friend's name.
Ow. Jump scare.
Wait, I want to see what the thermal looks like through the camera. Like, turn it around.
Yes,
That looks so weird. Dash, look.
Hero. 95.
You can barely see it. It's just like a light.
The word hero here before.
Henry, how did you die?
What?
I feel like it's harder to get spirits to come through when they're like being silly, or no, it doesn't really matter.
I would say that that's, oh sorry, and that's the wrong kid. Yeah, it can be.
Winner.
Winner of what?
Winner.
Bless you. It's almost the same as when I have somebody that's heckling and they're here for that shits and giggles
Yeah.
and they just like, let's go ghost hunting because it's
Yeah.
fun. You know what I mean? And they
Stop,
wanna come
boys.
and they want to, you know, just kind of be, you know, have a few beers or smoke a few somethings and
Yeah.
come hang out with me. Yeah, it's never a good night. So them being a little ornery than they were last night, yeah, can have a little bit of a thing on there. I hate to put that onto you, but it can't happen.
See,
Of the army.
All right, what was Henry's best friend's name?
Paul Hain Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Wait, what if it says winner because you're gonna be the winner of the treasure?
PHH.
Be badass, wouldn't it?
Mhm.
PHH. What's interesting about the HH is, do you guys remember the picture I showed you on your first tour?
Yeah.
That's Sue Howard Hardy, initials SHH. And we were getting that quite a bit near that location after I would tell her story when I do tell it.
Was that dude related to the Alexander Hamilton, the founding father?
No. Not directly that I know of.
Flat. I'm telling you, it's leading you to the treasure.
He's all about this treasure.
On a
all about
hill.
the treasure.
On a hill. It's on a hill. Under a table.
But you said it was flat.
But hills
I
aren't
know.
flat, Cash.
I know, but at the very top, it's gonna be flat, and then you're gonna want to dig
Under the
down,
table.
Dig under
Under
the
a
table,
table.
and then yeah.
You guys want to wrap it up?
Hold on,
Yeah, I'm not really feeling much going on here
Yeah.
right now. Especially since we started talking about Henry's kid, which, by the way,